Jeopardy! And now, here is your host, Kevin J. Callis!
Thank you very much, Johnny Chokeslam, and welcome back to Wrestling Jeopardy. Now, if you've ever said, well, actually, while watching a wrestling documentary, well, congratulations, you are qualified to play this game.
Yeah, so before we get into anything deeper than that, let's talk about
Baba Booey.
So let's get right into it. 25 clues are on the board, plus a daily double and a bonus question, and they come from these 5 categories. Beginning with honorary stablemates, followed by our visual category of the week, where are they now? Up next is the Rock and Wrestling Connection. Our 4th category is the Monday Night War, and our 5th category, which is the community category of the week, and you can vote for it. All you got to do is go to the post tab on my YouTube page. The 3 choices you had to choose from this episode were trivia about SummerSlam in the 1990s, trivia about SummerSlam in the 2000s, or trivia about SummerSlam in the 2010s. And once again, nostalgia reigns supreme. Get ready to feel the heat. The 5th category will be trivia all about SummerSlam in the 1990s. And that's how it means it's time for the 200-point job around. But first, please do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel.
please.
Here comes our first clue on the board from honorary stablemates. One of the best things to come out of the Bloodline storyline was his becoming an honorary Oos. Who is Sami Zayn? Moving on to our first visual clue from Where Are They Now? This former WWE champion recently got knocked the F out in Power Slap. Sprinting his way into a permanent concussion protocol, who is Jake Hager, formerly known as Jack Swagger. We're on to our first clue from the Rock and Wrestling Connection. A period of cooperation and cross-promotion between the WWF and elements of the music industry ultimately culminated with this flagship event in 1985. What is WrestleMania? On to the first clue from the Monday Night War, and this is worth 200 points. He showed up on the debut episode of WCW Monday Nitro after wrestling for the WWF the previous day. Lex Luger's defection from the WWF set the tone for the unpredictable feeling of Monday Nitro. And let's finish up the job around with this clue about SummerSlam in the 1990s. SummerSlam 1991 is fondly remembered for the on-screen wedding of the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and this woman. Dubbed a match made in heaven, who is the lovely Miss Elizabeth?
You got a blender, yeah!
Hey.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
All right, we're jumping back across the board now to the first clue of the 400-point round, and it's from honorary stablemates. In January 2010, he once again aligned himself with Triple H and Shawn Michaels as an honorary member of D-Generation X. Serving as the special guest host of Raw, who is Iron Mike Tyson? Here comes another visual clue from the category Where Are They Now? And it's worth 400 points. A recent photo of this ruthless aggression star working at Walmart went viral. Who is Heidenreich? We're on to the 400-point clue from the category The Rock and Wrestling Connection. The phenomenon began in 1984 when this WWF manager appeared in Cyndi Lauper's hit music video for Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Who is Captain Lou Albano? The 4th clue of the 400-point round comes to us from the category The Monday Night War. Beginning in June 1996, Nitro beat Raw in the ratings for this many consecutive weeks. And the number we're looking for, what is 83? Finishing up the 400-point round with another clue from SummerSlam in the 1990s. He made his WWF pay-per-view debut at SummerSlam 1998 as Sable's mystery partner. Who is Edge?
There's nothing like Sable.
Yeah, boy.
All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus the Daily Double, a bonus question, and Final Jeopardy. Let's kick off the 600-point round with another clue from Honorary Stablemates. His association with the New Day ended when Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods departed WWE in May 2026. Referring to himself as Big G, who is Grayson Waller? On to another visual clue from Where Are They Now? This is worth 600 points. And this new generation star is now a public speaker touring schools to speak on drugs, smoking, and bullying. He's the Mountie, Jacques Rougeau.
Bonsoir, les haters! Bonsoir!
Back with another clue from the Rock and Wrestling Connection. This is worth 600 points. In July 2026, Mattel released a WWE Elite 3-pack of action figures inspired by Lauper's memorable appearance on this talk show. What is Piper's Pit? Here comes another clue about the Monday Night War, and it's worth 600 points. Ratings indicate that 600,000 households switched from Nitro to Raw after this WCW commentator told viewers that Mankind was going to win the WWF Championship. Now, because Eric Bischoff loved to give away the results of taped Monday Night Raws, this spoiler proved to be a strategic backfire by Eazy-E as he directed Tony Schiavone to make this infamous call. And we're on to the last clue of the 600-point round. It's more trivia about SummerSlam in the 1990s. This SummerSlam marked Michael Cole's first WWF pay-per-view appearance and Todd Pettengill's last. What is SummerSlam 1997? The first clue of the 800-point round comes to us from Honorary Stablemates. Replacing an ill Roman Reigns, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle joined The Shield as an honorary third member at the 9th annual version of this WWE pay-per-view. And it was Angle, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins who defeated the team of Braun Strowman, Kane, The Miz, and The Bar in a 5-on-3 handicap tables, ladders, and chairs match at 2017's TLC. Alright, make sure you have your spectacles on because here comes another visual clue from the category Where Are They Now? And it's worth 800 points. Aided by Diamond Dallas Page, this former WCW Tag Team Champion recently underwent a dramatic life turnaround. One half of the American Males, who is Scotty Riggs? Here comes the 800-point clue from the category The Rock and Wrestling Connection. In July 1984, MTV aired the first live wrestling match on cable television as Wendy Richter ended this superstar's 28-year reign as WWF Women's Champion. Who is the Fabulous Moolah? So Wrestling Jeopardy is a little bit different than regular Jeopardy. We have what's called a bonus question. There's no points that you need to wager, but basically what happens, if you answer this question correctly, you will double your score. What was the name of the MTV special event called where Richter defeated Moolah? and it was called the Brawl to End It All. Moving on to another clue from the category, the Monday Night War. Alright, so maybe Wrestling Jeopardy is a little bit like regular Jeopardy. We do have the Daily Double, or as I like to call it, the Showstopper. Your chance at really taking a big lead in this game if you're playing against family or friends. The category, once again, is the Monday Night War. Place your wager now. Alright, time's up. Here comes this episode's Daily Double Clue. Posting an enormous 9.5 quarter-hour score, the highest rated segment in Raw history was a WWF title match between these two superstars. While most fans believe that Mankind hosting This Is Your Life for The Rock takes the cake, the main event of Raw on June 28th in 1999 that saw Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker battle for the WWF title actually popped the biggest number. And let's finish up the 800-point round. The main event's 1,000-point round is up next. Here comes a clue from SummerSlam in the 1990s, and speaking of The Undertaker, he played the dead man's doppelganger for the forgettable Undertaker vs. Undertaker match at SummerSlam 1994. A rather slow and prodding match that saw the real Undertaker dispose of the Underfaker wrestler Brian Lee after 3 tombstone piledrivers. It's time to really put your thinking caps on because this is the main event. 5 1,000-point questions that are guaranteed to put your wrestling knowledge to the test.
There's nothing to fear.
Excuse me?
And we begin with a 1,000-point clue from the category Honorary Stablemates. He transitioned from a corrupt WWF referee into a wrestler and joined the Hart Foundation in 1987. Who is Dangerous Danny Davis? On to our final visual clue from the category Where Are They Now? When not serving as the commissioner of Sukeban Wrestling, she spends her free time golfing. After retirement, this 2024 WWE Hall of Famer spent time playing for the LPGA. Who is Bull Nakano? We're on to the final clue from the category The Rock and Wrestling Connection. This is worth 1,000 points. At the height of this golden era, the WWF released the Wrestling Album, a gloriously cheesy record that begins with the entire roster singing a cover of this rhythm and blues classic. Now this album is the We Are the World of mid-1980s wrestling, and I absolutely love it. The correct answer, what is A Land of 1,000 Dances? Here comes the final clue from the category The Monday Night War. It's worth 1,000 points. In 1998, this wrestler competed in the most matches from either company with a total of 199. At the peak of the Monday Night Wars, The Rock was a true workhorse as he transformed into one of wrestling's most charismatic and entertaining superstars. Don't go anywhere, Final Jeopardy is up next. Let's close out the board now with this final clue. It's worth 1,000 points and it's from the category SummerSlam in the 1990s. He didn't wrestle at SummerSlam 1990, but was a special guest referee for one match and in the corner of Hulk Hogan during another. Who is the Big Boss Man? Alright, 26 clues are down and only one separates you from becoming the undisputed Wrestling Jeopardy champion. Let's find out what this episode's Final Jeopardy category is. Iconic entrances. right, time is up. Here is your multiple choice final Jeopardy clue. Obafemi's signature strut is his personal tribute to what wrestling legend? Is it A, Jeff Jarrett, B, Michael Hayes, C, Ric Flair, or D, Santino Marella? You have 15 seconds. Good luck. Before I reveal the final Jeopardy answer, as always, this point of the show, it's time to give a big shout out to the IWC, the Inside Wrestle Trivia Club. These fine folks support this channel with their time, talent, and treasure, and you can too, and receive exclusive perks in the process. All you have to do is click the join button below or the link in the description. One of the most recognizable parts of Obafemi's entrance is his confident strut. And in a recent interview with Stephanie McMahon on the What's Your Story podcast, the bringer of war said that he borrowed some elements of Ric Flair's strut while adding his own modern twist. Thanks for playing Wrestling Jeopardy. My name is Mr. WrestleTrivia, Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.